reverse the preservation order against Gupta assets worth 250 million rand. And for more on this, we're now joined by our reporter Aphumelele Mdlalane, who's in Bloemfontein. Aphumelele, tell us a little bit more about this judgment. The Gupta family and their companies must be pleased.
Indeed, Peter Ndoro, all I can say is that it's a huge blow for the NPA, as we know that all the assets that were seized by the NPA are now unfrozen. Simply means that all the assets that were almost more than 180 million that were frozen by the Asset for Future unit in connection with the Gupta linked and also the Estina Dairy Farm project has now been released here at the Bloemfontein High Court. But now I will try to join Fago. He is just busy for now talking to the media. I will try just now, Peter Ndoro, if you can have a patience, because now all the media of course is here. This has been an attraction, but all we heard inside the judge did mention that the NPA did not have a standing ground. There was no sufficient evidence that was brought forward by the Asset for Future unit and also the NPA that these assets are supposed to be seized. And also we understand that the NPA did previously the NPA did have confidence that they have a strong case, but now it has been a huge blow, Peter Ndoro, all I can say now, and I'm trying to just wait for Luvuyo Mfago. He has to just talk to me as to hear the reactions from the NPA.
Aphumelele, as you were saying, I suppose that the issue for the judge is really to say that, look, we have these proceeds that went in and out of the Estina Dairy Farm, and to make direct links with the Gupta family members and the Gupta companies is what the NPA had to do in order to preserve this, to have this preservation continued, and also convince them that these people would be convicted in the future as well, that the case was so compelling. And this is clearly what they failed to do.
It's quite interesting, Peter Ndoro, but just to cut too short, now Luvuyo Mfago is just available. He will just take us through on his reaction based on this unfrozen of this Asset for Future unit. Luvuyo, can you just tell us how do you feel right now that NPA has lost again this case?
Naturally, we are disappointed. We never expected this, but as far as the criminal case is concerned, we are not perturbed. We actually understand that the judge did not have sight of the entire docket, and therefore it was not an acquittal as far as the criminal case is concerned. And you must further recall that we've got a preservation order that is worth about 140 million. We will be filing soon a forfeiture application in respect of that preservation order, in respect of the same assets.
Of course, this is a huge blow for you, and regarding that, you had confidence that you will be, you have a strong case against this, but now the judge rules that there was no sufficient evidence put forward. What can you say about this?
We are not the ones to be criticizing judges. That is why we said we actually respect the judgment. But we will actually, after we have received the entire judgment, we will have to consider it, engage with the leadership and engage with the senior council. I would imagine that we won't take this lying down.
Like you say, you will be appealing the matter. Does that mean it will include all these assets, assets that were seized by the Asset for Future unit?
I never said we are appealing it. I'm saying we'll have to get the copy of the entire judgment, and we'll have to consider it and engage extensively and actually see whether there are prospects of success if we decide to lodge an appeal.
Seeing that Varun Gupta's conditions was relaxed, and now again this is not ruling in your favor, what can you say now? A step to the right direction. What do you think you need to do to make sure that all the evidence brought forward bring confidence to you?
The relaxation of bail conditions is not, it has got nothing to do with the strength of the state case. And this pronouncement today has got nothing to do with the criminal case. The criminal case is founded on solid principles. And therefore, once the investigation that the Hawks are still doing is finalized, we will set a trial date and then issues will be ventilated in court.
All right, Peter Ndoro, that was Luvuyo Mfaku just telling us now that they can't say this was just a defeat, but we can say anyway it's just a challenge for them, but they will go through the order and read it through, but they are confident that if there's any means for them to make any proceedings when it comes to maybe continuing with the investigation, then they are confident that they will do it as soon as they see the order, and then they will take the conclusion where to go from here.
Aphumelele, thanks very much indeed. That's Aphumelele Mdlalane being